I wanted to get to the recruiting rankings real quick because they reclassified today. And according to the 247 composite rankings, Oklahoma and Brent Venables, first year as head coach, hasn't coached a game yet, hasn't even been on the field as a head coach. He didn't even have a winter signing period. Oklahoma is 9th in the nation in the recruiting class rankings. They are a top 10 class, and they still got more guys that they're going to sign. The thing that's jumping them up the most right now, you got Jackson Arnold and PJ Adebawore moving up to 5-star recruits. That's huge for Brent. That is 2 5-star recruits in the class right now. OU is behind number 1 class Ohio State, Notre Dame, Penn State, Clemson, Texas, Georgia, Tennessee, LSU. So some good schools above them right now, but still room to grow for Oklahoma. Go ahead, Mark.
I'm looking at this list right now, and it can't be updated because it's only showing. Yeah, it's not showing PJ as a 5-star.
Yeah,
it's only showing 1 5-star.
I think PJ turned into a 5-star on Rivals or something, and I'm looking at the 247 rankings, which are composite. So he may not be a composite consensus 5-star, and Jackson Arnold is, or vice versa. Who knows? Well, if you're looking at it, it's probably the other way around.
Matter.
Recruiting rankings are.
We're doing great.
Yeah, recruiting
we're doing great. I mean, y'all correct me if I'm wrong, right? But in all our time with the previous head coach, we got 1 5-star defensive player because Caleb Kelly came in for Bob Stoops, and Buki didn't work out. We are 1, 7-month off season in with Brent Venables, and already have 1 committed, ready to go for next year, as well as the calling card of the last guy, a 5-star quarterback signed to play next year. You can't really ask for much more out of, a first-year head coach's offseason.
Matt, anybody?
Yeah, I think just July has been super hot for OU, right? I feel like we've got to be the hottest team when it comes to the recruiting trail, the guys that we've gotten in, both offensively, obviously more on the defensive side. It's really just impressive what BV and the staff has done with Todd Bates, Chavis, Bill Beatonbow. I mean, these guys are just recruiting at a very, very high level and just getting guys, like we mentioned last week, all over the country, especially more on the defensive end. So there is going to be a shift in the program, right? I don't think our offense will drop off that much with Levy because he's had some top 3 offenses the last couple of years. But I really like the defensive prowess we're taking and the emphasis on it. July is only going to get better from here. I'm so super excited about it.
Pat?
I don't know how many schools in this nation where you could have a head coach, an offensive coordinator, and a defensive coordinator leave in the middle of the night, and the next recruiting class is top 10, like maybe like Bama and Georgia. But besides that, that's not happening everywhere else. And it's because of OU's blue blood program, and just everything we've done has been so correct. And as Bob Stoops said, when we first got BB, you's got your guy, and he was right.
We'll move on after this, but I want to expand on what Pat said. Not only what you said, Pat, about people leaving in the middle of the night like that. Brent Venables was borderline massacred for his commitment policy, and how in today's day and age, these kids weren't going to want to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And they weren't going to want to commit. And this isn't the way that it's going to work in today's college football era of NIL and stuff. Well, turns out that Brent was right. And these kids respond to authenticity. And the authenticity is a major factor in how Brent Venables and his staff recruits. And it shows right now that that these guys are all committing in July after they do exactly what Brent told them to do, was go take all of your visits, go to all the schools you want to go to, because we believe in what Oklahoma has to offer. And we believe at the end of the day, if you are put with all of the options in front of you, your best decision is going to be Oklahoma. And that's why it's working out so far for Brent. We'll move on.
Point. All these great players deciding, hey, I'm going to take all this time and then I'm going to, go to Oklahoma. I'm going to make that decision. I'm just scrolling through our recruits right now, or our commits right now, and half of them are June and July guys. It's very interesting.
Yeah. it's fun to see. And keep in mind, folks, according to all the experts, OU's not done in the month of July. We still got 2 weeks left, and I think there might be a couple more guys that show up.